The woman was heading to her first blind date when she ended up running late because she had stopped to help someone in need. When she finally arrived at the designated coffee shop, she braced herself for an angry reaction. However, the man wasn't upset about her tardiness at all. Instead, he greeted her with remarkable friendliness and warmth. The CEO invited the woman to place her order. After he ordered a simple coffee, the woman deliberately requested a beer instead. The CEO looked genuinely surprised by her unconventional choice. When the beer arrived, the woman began drinking it in large gulps, making quite a show of it. To her amazement, the CEO followed suit and started drinking beer in the same manner. The woman was completely taken aback by his response. Her entire plan had been to scare him off, since she was actually attending this blind date as a favor to her friend. Her mission was to sabotage the meeting and ensure it would go nowhere. She hadn't expected her first tactic to backfire so spectacularly. Feeling embarrassed but determined, the woman decided to try a different approach. She launched into a speech about being a modern woman who had no interest in doing housework or having children. She figured no man would be willing to accept a wife who refused to have kids. But once again, the CEO calmly nodded and agreed with her lifestyle choices without missing a beat. The woman was stunned by his acceptance, since her current strategy wasn't working. She remembered what her friend had told her about the CEO's high-profile background. Assuming that someone of his status had never experienced street food, she suggested they head to a rundown food stall with terrible conditions. When the CEO saw the cockroaches scurrying around and the dirty dishes covered in food residue, he began to look uncomfortable. The woman quietly celebrated, convinced that a billionaire CEO would never tolerate such an environment. She thought her plan was finally working and began happily digging into her meal. However, the CEO simply smiled and mimicked her actions, pouring the sauce into his soup and mixing it together. He then proceeded to eat with apparent enjoyment. The woman was completely dumbfounded. She couldn't believe that this billionaire CEO was so down-to-earth and adaptable. Determined to play her final card, the woman took the CEO to an upscale shopping mall and led him into a luxury boutique. After browsing around, she decided to really play up her role as a gold digger by asking the sales associate to show her the most expensive items in the store. She then casually mentioned to the CEO that she hadn't brought any money with her. Without hesitation, the CEO told her to pick out anything she liked and specifically emphasized that she shouldn't worry about the price. The woman forced herself to maintain her composure and gave him a strained smile. She picked up a handbag, but when she saw the price tag, she was absolutely shocked. The bag cost 3 months' worth of her salary. She quickly put the bag back in its place. What she didn't realize was that the CEO had been watching her every move. Seeing her genuine reaction, he couldn't help but smile at how endearing she was. In the end, the woman selected the cheapest item available, a passport holder. As they left the store, the CEO asked her why she would buy a passport holder when she didn't have a passport. The woman explained that she just liked collecting useless things. The CEO thoughtfully drove her home, and as she was about to go inside, he surprised her with a gift. The woman was genuinely shocked. She hadn't expected her behavior to make such a positive impression on the CEO. Feeling completely defeated, she asked him why he was giving her a present. The CEO looked at her tenderly and explained that he was hoping they could continue getting to know each other better. Panicking, the woman quickly pushed the CEO back into his car and urgently told the driver to step on the gas and drive away.